curious, we live in an era of hyperconnection, yet we constantly collide over a basic question: what is objectively good? Without a universal moral compass, agreeing on right and wrong across different societies becomes a major obstacle. This friction is the subject of descriptive ethics, the study of how different cultures evolve moral baselines based on their physical circumstances. Historical Inuit populations in the Arctic adopted survival ethics, where the group's needs dictated merit, even if it meant abandoning the elderly. While these cultural differences are real, treating all moral systems as perfectly equal creates a dangerous vacuum. If right and wrong are purely products of geography or circumstance, we lose the logical standing to condemn universal wrongs like human rights abuses. Secular philosophies often accelerate this fragmentation. Karl Marx argued that ethics simply reflect the economic system in power, rules established by a ruling class to maintain control, rather than a higher truth. Jean-Paul Sartre pushed this isolation further. Under his existentialism, the individual is responsible for inventing their own ethical standards from scratch, without universal authority. Without an objective, overarching standard, society fractures. All subjective perspectives demand equal validity, making the pursuit of true justice impossible. Solving this crisis requires the tools of metaethics. Rather than debating specific rules, metaethics investigates the fundamental origin and nature of morality itself. The Bahá'í writings approach this problem by synthesizing religious belief with strict rational philosophy. The writings present this harmony as a structural requirement for faith. Abdu'l-Bahá poses a question that forces a reconciliation between the heart and the intellect. How can man believe that which he knows to be opposed to reason? This framework sets out to win minds as a prerequisite for winning hearts, aiming to logically construct an objective moral universe. This rational framework relies on three foundation stones, beginning with metaphysics, the study of reality itself. The texts describe a universe emanating from an absolute source. Like light rays from the sun, all things depend on it while remaining distinct. This leads to cognitivism. Because reality has an absolute source, moral truths are real, mind-independent facts, not human inventions. If moral truths are objective facts, they can be studied, known, and applied universally, providing a direct answer to the Marxist and existentialist views of invented morality. The second foundation stone is philosophical anthropology, the investigation of what it means to be human. The Bahá'í view identifies a dual nature within us, a perpetual internal conflict between our material instincts and our higher spiritual potential. This makes human nature teleological. We possess an intrinsic, designed purpose to overcome our material limitations and evolve toward the divine. Because every person shares this exact same drive, we have a biological and spiritual baseline for universal ethics. But an infinite source presents a problem. The finite human mind cannot grasp it directly. The third stone, the manifestations of God, provides a solution. They act as bridges, delivering a priori moral knowledge to humanity. This system, known as strong foundationalism, means moral laws are not deduced from trial and error. They are received as foundational truths that humans must then rationally unpack and apply. These three stones provide an integrated structure: an objective universe, a purposeful human race, and a clear transmission of eternal verities. Since human nature and its ultimate goal are universal, the Bahá'í writings establish a natural law, moral standards that apply to everyone across all time. While the faith demands the independent investigation of truth, leading to different personal interpretations, this remains distinct from moral relativism. As Ian Kluge argues, true relativism is dangerous because it abolishes the difference between servants of humanity, like Mother Teresa, and servants of evil idealities, like Joseph Mengele. Without an objective standard, acts of profound good are reduced to mere cultural preferences. The Bahá'í framework rejects this, asserting that some acts are objectively and universally evil, regardless of the perspective of the perpetrator. Applying metaethics to these texts demonstrates that religion and modern rational philosophy can function as allies. These ethics operate as the rational physics of our collective spiritual evolution.